Hey guys, it's me, and today I am here with an exciting new video for you guys, and that is I am bringing back current music obsessions here to my YouTube channel. It's going to work a lot differently than it did in the past when I did this series. For those of you who don't remember what the series was, or if you don't know what this series was, every month I would read off a list of my favorite songs I listened to that month, and I would also have like a honorable mention section at the very beginning of the video, and then throughout the rest of the video I would just go on and ramble on about my favorite songs from the month and why I loved them so much. But I had to stop the series because they just wound up becoming just really obnoxiously long videos and just were way too difficult and annoying to edit. So I had to stop the series. And so I then decided to move it over to my blog on Tumblr, my Tumblr blog that I run, and do it bi-monthly on there. So twice a month I'll do a current music obsessions post, and yeah, and it works the same way there. Like I have like the honorable mentions, and then I have the main list of obsessions. I'll write out like a brief description as to why I love the song. But we are bringing it back, but this time around we're doing it, not only are we doing it seasonally, but we're only going to be covering my absolute favorite jams from the season. And I'm very excited to be bringing the series back. I wanted to bring it back at the end of winter / beginning of spring, but for some reason the video that I filmed would not export. I don't know why it wouldn't export. It just would not. It would get to a certain point and then my editing software would just crash. So hopefully this time around I'll be able to actually export the video. Let's hope that this video won't be 30 minutes long. This one might be 30 minutes long. Upcoming ones probably won't be that long because, I mean, this one's gonna be a little bit longer since I have to do like an intro for it. But yeah, I'm just so excited to be bringing the series back, and I hope you guys are excited to see it come back too. And because I love recommending music for you guys, and I know I've gotten messages and comments from people saying that they've discovered amazing artists through the series, and I've even have like commented on videos and whatnot, and people who have seen my current music obsession series would see my comments and respond to them and everything. So it's cool how the series has like affected you guys, but also it's cool because of the fact that like back when I was doing this series, I would get people like singers and band members from the bands and whatnot that I would talk about in the series. They would comment on the videos, or they would share the videos on like Facebook or whatever, and having that interaction was really cool. But if you want to keep up with current music obsessions on a weekly basis and actually hear a snippet of each song of my favorite song for that particular week, head over to my Instagram, because on my Instagram stories every Tuesday I do current music obsessions on there. So keep up with that. Let's stop rambling throughout this intro and let's go ahead and hop on into this, because I think I have 18 songs on my list, which is about half of the amount that I would have in the original series. But before we start talking about my jams over spring, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and follow me on my different social media links, because all of those things will make me very happy. And the first song that I have up here on my list is Games by JoLivi. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing their name correctly. So I came across this song one day when I was browsing through my smart TV. I got smart TV for Christmas this past Christmas, and I was just browsing through like the different apps that came with it, and one of them was like a kind of like a TV app type of deal where it had like a bunch of different like channels on there and everything. So I was just browsing through them one day, and I came across this one channel that actually has a lot of like it's actually like a queer LGBT themed channel, and so I was like, okay, cool. But at the time when I came across this channel, they were just playing music videos and songs and shit, and this song was playing, and I was just listening to it and having like a good time listening to it, because I was just like, yeah, this is a pretty cool song. I'll check it out and listen to it later. And so I did, and I just wound up falling in love with it. It's such a great song. It's so chill and lovely and peaceful and cool, and it's just a really great track. I've noticed that I'm starting to fall more in love with pop music these days, but I'm still extremely picky about pop music. I mean, I'm a metalhead through and through, but I've been finding some like pop tracks that I like, and this is definitely one of them. Like, I could easily listen to this song for an hour straight if I wanted to. It's such a great jam. Next up is Black Flies by Aperion. So I've known of Aperion for a couple of years now, but I never dabbled too much into their music before until recently. I still haven't dabbled too much into them, but I started dabbling a little bit more into them a couple of months ago, and I came across the music video for this song, which is just like a compilation of live clips. It was so cool being able to see like how they looked when they would perform live, because they had a bunch of members and everything. Like, they had a dude playing a freaking didgeridoo on stage for this song, and so I was just like, you do it, boo. Anyways, this song is really cool. It has like a really cool like proggy symphonic metal vibe. That's the thing that I really enjoy about their music. Like, the few songs I've heard from them, it's really unique stuff, and this song is very unique nonetheless. And like, there's a segment where like the song just like slows down and just like gets really soft, and it's just like their lead singer and their guitar player, he's a backing singer, and it's just the two of them just singing very softly and quietly, and then like the power just builds up more and more and more, and then it just like ends and escalates so much with like their front woman hitting a really impressive high note, and it just, oh, it's so good. It's so good. You guys know me, I love dramatic music. The more dramatic a song is, the more I'm going to love it, and this song is very dramatic. Next up is Awake by Elysion. So I've known of these guys for several years. One day when I was listening to Aperion, I saw that Aperion had done a cover, a live cover of Midnattsol by Rammstein. And while I was listening to it, I saw in the recommended bars that Elysion did a live cover of it as well. And so I decided to listen to it, and their lead singer was doing some shit that I had never heard her do before. Like, she was screaming, she was singing operatically, and hitting some really impressive high notes. And so I'm just like, okay, I must have missed something. When did she ever sing like this? So I decided to listen to their whole discography, which they only have like 2 albums. And so I listened to them, and when it came time to listen to Someplace Better, and Awake started playing, I became obsessed. Like, very obsessed. This song is really good. It's so simple, but it's so catchy and just so good and powerful and wonderful. And just, I love it so much, and I can't wait for these guys to release their new album. They've been working on a new album this year, and I can't wait to hear it, because it has been 4 years since they've released anything, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm hoping their front woman, I believe her name is Christina, I hope she does some like operatic type stuff, or hits some really impressive high notes and does some screaming, because that would be so fucking cool. Next up is Affliction by Skarlett Riot. Now, I've known of these guys for a couple of years now. I randomly discovered them, I think, because they were going to be performing at a music festival, I believe. I think they were going to be performing at FEM, which is short for Female Metal Event. It's a metal festival that happens in the Netherlands, more specifically in Holland. And I think that's how I learned about them, so I decided to like check them out and whatnot, and I really dig their music. And I know they have been around for a while, and that they've gone through like a major like overhaul with their music, from just by looking at like the thumbnail for this one particular video of theirs that I've seen. Like, front woman's got some freaking scene queen hair going on, but we're not gonna get into that. I might do like a then versus now video of me just listening to like certain songs and everything, and that one will definitely be on it. But anyways, getting back on track. Of all the songs I have heard from them so far, this is hands down my favorite. It is so good. I don't know what it is. There's just something about this song that just stands out compared to everything else. Like, it's powerful, and it's just, the sound and vibe is just completely different, and it's just, I love it so much. It's hard to explain what about it is so good, and it's just a great song. You have to listen to it. It's one of those things where you have to experience it in order to understand it. So definitely check it out. Next up is Dante by Caligatum. Now, I discovered these guys through a YouTube channel. I cannot remember the name of them, but every so often they will post like compilation videos where they will showcase like different like symphonic metal bands and whatnot. And one day they did a video dedicated to Mexican symphonic metal bands, and this song and band came up, and I was very, very intrigued because the sound was very interesting, and so I decided to listen to the full song. And initially when I listened to the song, I thought these guys were a symphonic black metal band, which after listening to more of their stuff, it's like they're not symphonic black metal, they're just symphonic gothic metal. But this song here, it has a bit of a black metal vibe to it. This particular version, like the music video version / EP version of this song, is so interesting and cool. Like the mixing on it is just really different. And that's why I love this particular version so much. I mean, the album version of it is really good too. But there's just something about this version that's just so interesting and just so cool and everything. It's unlike anything I have ever heard, and it's so powerful and just has this overwhelmingly dark vibe to it, but it's at the same time extremely beautiful and such a great track. And I highly recommend you guys to check out like their latest album. I cannot remember the name of it. It's a really good album. My favorite song off of it, I think, is probably gonna butcher this because I don't speak Spanish, but Inocencia Aportada? Probably got that wrong. I'll have the name up on the screen, but yeah, really great track. And yeah, definitely check this song out. Oh, and also before I disappear into the next song, their front woman's headdress in the music video for Dante is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Just like, yes. Next up is Mannelig by Manette Sol. So the Aftermath is actually my first ever true experience with listening to Manette Sol. I've known of them for a long time, but I never dabbled into them. But after I learned that Liv Christine was becoming an official member of the band, I was just like, I gotta listen to them now because Liv Christine is my queen. And this was the first single that they released for the Aftermath, and it is wonderful. I know that this song has been around for a long time, like this is a cover. I do not know who the original is by, so I'm sorry about that. But from what I saw in the comments, like people have talked about how Haggard did a cover of this song, and apparently theirs is a bit better. I don't know, I haven't listened to it yet. But this song is so good. It's so pretty and just such a good song to listen to and just chill out to. And I just, there's something about it that's just really great. I think it has something to do with like the atmosphere and the harmonies and the voices blending together and everything. It's just, it's so beautiful and such a wonderful, great track. And it's a bit on the doomy side, which appeals to me a lot because I really enjoy doom metal. And yeah, just such a great track. And like I catch myself just singing like the chorus like randomly throughout the day still to this day. So yeah, highly recommend this track. Next up is Let Go by Masked or Mosked. I don't know how they want their name to be pronounced, but these guys are a progressive symphonic metal band from the US that I discovered when I looked at the roster for Femme this year, because they're going to be performing there this year. And I decided that I wanted to give them a listen and check them out. And this is the second song that I've heard from them. I can't remember what the other song, the first song of theirs that I heard, and the other song, I can't remember what it's called. They have a music video for it. I'll have the name up on the screen for it. But I really enjoyed that song. But this song is so much better than that song though, because it's got so much more power and energy behind it. and like the singer has such an amazing voice. Her voice is wonderful, and it's very heartwarming for me to know that the symphonic metal scene is actually starting to like pick up and take off here in the US, and more symphonic metal bands that are coming out in the US are actually turning out to be good, because a lot of the ones that I've listened to years ago were either like very mediocre or just not very good at all, but now they're starting to get really good and it's making me very happy. So yeah, anyways, love this track. Very catchy and very interesting sounds and like interesting riffs and everything, and really dig this track. Next two songs that I'm going to talk about are from Eurovision, because Eurovision is wonderful. First up is my second favorite song that made second place in Eurovision this year, which I'm very happy about, is Fuego by Eleni Foureira. So, this song is so good. Like, I was not expecting to like this song as much as I did. Like, when I first listened to it and everything, I was like, yeah, this is a cool song, but I was mainly entranced by the video, because the video for this song is drop dead gorgeous. It is the most glamorous video ever. It's so simple, but like the outfits and the shots and the filters, the hair, the makeup, all of that is just like wonderful and just divine and perfect, and just oh yes, like I'm so happy that they made it second place, because like I said, they were my second favorite song this year, and it's such a great, fun, fiery track, and super catchy, and just, ooh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And then my favorite song from Eurovision, which is also the winner for Eurovision 2018, is Toy by Netta. Oh my god. So immediately, like, when I first listened to the song, I was like, they better go far into this competition, because this is what I live for. This song and the video are campy as all get out, and then even the live performances for the song are campy as all get out. Like, just, it's so, the camp is so real. It is so real, and I fucking live for it. I just love camp in general, and the song is so fun and just has a great vibe and beat to it, and extremely campy, and just, I'm here for it. And I'm so happy that Netta won, and she represented Israel this year. And I forgot to mention that Eleni represented Cyprus. Some of my other favorite songs from Eurovision this past year, I'll go ahead and like quickly run through them, were Finland, Bulgaria. Love Estonia's song. I was very close to putting it on here, but I didn't love it enough to put it on this video, but I love Estonia's song. Lithuania, I think it was Lithuania's song. Song, I can't remember who the artist is, but When We're Old, that song is so cute. I love that song so much. It is such a cute song. And I think that's about it. That's all that I can think of. I liked a lot of the songs from this year, but that's all I can think of at the top of my head right now. So, yeah. So let's move on out of Eurovision land and back into like regular my music land. Next up we have Sade in the 90s by Qveen Herby. So Qveen Herby is the rebranding for a project called Carmen. Most people know Carmen through their songs like Crash Your Party, Acapella, Hello, like those songs, which I love all those songs. But Amy, she decided that she wanted to step out from just doing like pop music and go into more of like a hip-hop, rap, R&B kind of direction. And so they completely rebranded and changed from Carmen to Qveen Herby. And this song here, Sade in the 90s, is off of EP3. It is hands down my favorite song that they have released so far. I love this track way too much. It's such a great song. It's super catchy, it has a great flow to it, a great vibe, and it's like the perfect mixture of trap and R&B. It's so good. Like, it has like those trap beats, but then has the flow of like R&B. It's such a cool blend of the two, and it's such a great song. It's one of those like puts you in a good mood kind of tracks, and And Amy looks so great in the video too. She looks so bomb. So bomb. Love it. Love this song way too much. Way too much. I cannot get enough of it though. So definitely check this song out. It's wonderful. It's great. It's perfect. Do it. Next up is Luthien by Icewind Tales. So I discovered these guys through Unknown Power Metal here on YouTube. I believe that's the name of their channel. It might be Unknown Power Metal Bands actually. It's something like that. But they posted their first single. I think it was their first single. I can't remember what it's called right now. But they posted their first single and I really enjoyed it, and then they posted this song and I really enjoyed it. This song is just like such a great symphonic power metal track. Like their lead singer, she has such a strong and powerful voice, and like the orchestrations and the instrumentals are just as powerful, and they just all go so perfectly well together, and the song just has so much energy. I wouldn't say it's a slow song, but it has like a slowish vibe to it. And it's just full of so much power though, and just so much emotion, and I love it so much. It's such a great bomb track, and I can't wait to hear more from these guys. Next up is Ghost in the Rain by Beast in Black. So I learned about this particular track by them through Helvetica and following her on Twitter, because she posted like a clip of her listening to the song, particularly the high note at the end of the song, and like just her just like living for it. And I was just like, what song is this? And she's just like, it's Beast in Black. I'm like, oh wow! I only know but 2 songs by these guys. I did not expect them to do something like this. And so yeah, I had to check this song out and listen. I listened to the whole Berserker album. Is it Berserker or just Berserk? It might just be Berserk. Can't remember. But I had to listen to that whole entire album, and which is a really great album. If you're a fan of like the anime Berserk, you'll probably enjoy this album because it's the same story. I haven't watched Berserk yet. I definitely need to get on it though, but yeah. Anyways, listen to this song and I instantly fell in love with it. Like their lead singer, me and him, I pretty much have his vocal range. I don't have his power though when he gets into his high notes though, which is very frustrating, but I'm working on it. This song is just, it's such a gorgeous, beautiful ballad track, and just the high note at the end is the best part, because he just hits this ridiculously high note just like out of nowhere, and just it's so good. It is such a great song. So good. So good. If you're going to listen to any song by Beast in Black, listen to Ghost in the Rain. You will not be disappointed. Next up is the metal version of Jonathan Young and Caleb Hyles' cover of The Plagues from The Prince of Egypt. So, I fell in love with like the original cover that they did of this song about a year or 2 ago. I really enjoyed it, but then they released this metal version of it, and I became obscenely obsessed with it. Like, I loved this way too much, and I don't even remember The Prince of Egypt. I really want to watch it now though, after listening to this cover and everything. And I need to listen to the cover album that they released for The Prince of Egypt and everything. I need to listen to that. This song, though, it's so powerful, it's so dramatic, and I just love it. My only complaint, and this is because I am like nitpicky when it comes to symphonic metal, and that is that the choirs need to be more dramatic and powerful. That is my only complaint. Like, I've been spoiled by symphonic metal, so if like the choirs are a bit too weak, I'm just like, I start judging, and yeah. But other than that, it's wonderful. And I high-key wish that they would release like an instrumental version of this, so that way I could do a vocal cover of it and whatnot, and get extremely dramatic with it when it came to the choir bits. So yeah, I know it's very extra and just a bit obnoxious that I am like that obsessed with choir bits, but like I said, I have been spoiled by bands like Aperion, Epica, Nightwish, so many other symphonic metal bands, Serenia, Tristania, like I just love dramatic choirs. I love a good dramatic ass choir. Next song is 64.3%, The Metaphysics of Love by Emphasis. So the cool thing about this particular album, I can't remember what it's called right now, but the album, oh, Soul Transfer, that's what the album is called. The cool thing about this album is that each track has a percentage at the beginning of it. And it's to symbolize, like, the percentage, like, a soul transferring. Like, and it's also not only that, but it's also, like, the percentage of how far you are into the album. So, at this point in time, when Metaphysics of Love comes on, you are 64.3% into the album, which is such a cool and interesting touch, which I have never seen, like, a progressive symphonic metal band do this before. This is a gorgeous ass song. It's such a very simple song because it's a ballad track. It's only but like the singer and some strings playing, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful track, and it's so catchy and just has this gorgeous, gorgeous flow in the chorus, and the harmonies in the chorus are everything. I really want a copy of this album so that way I can have the lyrics, so that way I can sing along to the song and know that I actually am singing the right words. But yeah, such a great and beautiful track. And another great song off of Soul Transfer is Redemption Song. That's a really, really great one right there. And yeah, just, I love it. Next up is King of Thieves by Elvellon. I am so friggin' happy that Until Dawn has finally been released. Like, I have been obsessed with Elvellon for many years now. Ever since the Spellbound EP was released, I have been in love with these guys. And I actually talked about my love for the Spellbound EP, and I think it was my favorite EPs and albums released in 2015 video I did. I think it was for 2015, it might have been 2016. And the people at Elvellon actually saw that video, and like I talked about how I was a bit bummed that King of Thieves didn't make it onto the EP, and so they saw the video and they actually private messaged me on my Facebook page that I had at the time. I've since deleted it, and I wish I would have screen capped this conversation because it's just like one of the coolest things ever. But they saw that I loved King of Thieves so much, and they were just like, and since you love the song so much, and since you're such like a cool person and talked about us on YouTube and everything and whatnot, like, we're gonna send you like the demo version of it, and for you to have for yourself and everything. Just don't put it anywhere online, which I haven't, so don't come for me since I've been talking about this story online. I never did it. I haven't even given it to friends. It is only mine. It is mine. I am a greedy ass bitch. I'm greedy and I'm stingy. It's mine. Them doing that, going out of their way and doing something like that, was just like what sealed the deal and made them one of my top 5 favorite bands of all time. Because that is amazing that a band would even consider doing something like that for me. I'm so thankful and grateful that they did it. And then once I found out that they were going to be releasing an album, I was like, King of Thieves better be on it. Then I saw the track list and I was like, King of Thieves is on it, yes! And then I listened to Until Dawn and I fell in love with them all over again. Oh my god. First of all, Until Dawn is a gorgeous album, and I'm patiently, well, I say patiently, at this point, I'm impatiently awaiting my copy to arrive in the mail. I ordered it about 2.5 weeks ago now at this point, and it still hasn't arrived yet, but no biggie. I live here in the US. They're based in Germany. It's gonna take a while to get here. But the cool thing is, though, is that their Bandcamp, like, when you purchase like a physical copy of the CD, you automatically get a digital download for it, so yeah. Anyways, this song is so good. It's so beautiful and powerful and dramatic and just so different compared to their other songs. And even on this album, like, it still stands out a lot to me because of just how different it is. Because Nayla, she's singing in a lower register for good portions of the song, and also like it's just such a dramatic ending to like the chorus. Like the end of the chorus is just so dramatic and in your face, and it's just it's so good. And they even for this album they actually created a interlude track that flows into this. And so like they pretty much gave like King of Thieves a 2-minute intro, and just ooh, yes, just so much yes. I mean, I just love this song so much, and I love this band so much, and I highly, highly, highly encourage you guys to listen to this song and check these guys out. They are such an amazing symphonic metal band, and I just can't wait to see what all else they do in the future, and yeah, love these guys so, so much. Last song that is on my list is Anima from the Autist, featuring Polina Psycheya of All I Could Bleed and Alina of Once. So I'm kind of sort of familiar with Polina because she's worked with the Autist quite a few times now. She's featured on I think 3 of the songs on the Anima EP, and she's worked with them on a few songs for the Coldest Sun album that they released last year. And I know of one song from her project, All I Can Bleed. And then Alina, I am very familiar with her because I follow her on her YouTube channel when she does song covers. And then also her band Once just released their, I'm guessing it's their debut single, I could be wrong, but it's their first single off their upcoming album After Earth. And it's called something with Eden's Fall, something like that. I'll have the name up on the screen, I can't remember. That song is absolutely gorgeous and wonderful. It's probably going to wind up being on my summer Current Music Obsessions video, so yeah, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but definitely go check it out. When I found out that the Autists were releasing a new EP, I was very excited because I really loved the Coldest Sun album. And these guys are just a really cool and interesting take on the progressive symphonic metal scene. And yeah, so I was very excited when I found out that they had a new EP coming out, and that I had a bunch of guest singers on it, because I mean like Alina and Polina are just 2 of the guest singers on the album. This track is absolutely gorgeous. It's extremely powerful and dramatic. I mentioned this before, the more dramatic a song is, the more I'm going to love it. And this song is exactly that. And I cannot wait for the lyrics to be published somewhere online, because the lyrics, just like listening to it by ear, the lyrics just sound so interesting and just so different, and like nature themed, and I love nature themed lyrics. I love them a lot. And so I definitely cannot wait to read the lyrics for this song. It's such a cool and interesting like concept, and just a cool song in general, and I just absolutely love it. It's such a great track. Highly, highly, highly recommend you guys to check it out, and to check out the Autist and the Anima EP in general. And it's just, oh, I love it, and I love them so much. So that is it for this video. I have been recording for just about 50 minutes, so hopefully I can edit this down to at the most 30. So sorry if this is a very long video. I know I'm a rambler. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. I can't stop that, but hey, talking about something that I'm very passionate about, and that is music. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are excited to see Current Music Obsessions come back here onto my YouTube channel. And like I mentioned before, this is going to be a seasonal series now here on my channel. I will see you guys again in the Current Music Obsession series at the end of the summer of this year. So yeah, so got some time to wait. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you all so much, and until I see you guys in my next video, whenever the hell that may be, goodbye.